It's the second run of 145 Alive here in Norway. I did take part in the first one shortly and one over in the UK last autumn. If you don't know what 145 Alive is, then it's a set of rings across the country on 145 megahertz somewhere. And it originated in the UK, and basically it's there to get more life on 145 megahertz or 2 meters. And in Norway, Lima Bravo Zero Foxtrot India, Morten started it, and this is the second time it runs, and it's a fun thing. You start with one ringleader, and then that person will then hand it over to some of the people that check in so that they can also do a ring and see who they can hear and stuff like that. So it's a fun concept, and hopefully it can get some more life into the bands here. I'm not sure if I'm going to hear anybody here at all, but let's see. But now I'm going to try it here from the cabin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rig up a temporary mast behind me here. The cabin is not in a good place when it comes to VHF and UHF. It's in a valley, and there are pretty steep mountains around here. So I'm going to try anyways and see what I can do. I'm not bothering sitting outdoors here. The antenna I'm going to use is this Topcom CXL 2-1 Yankee Alpha, and I'm going to mount that on the top of a telescopic antenna or telescopic mast, and I'm just going to mount that to the end of the veranda behind you here. Very temporary, and let's see how that works. The antenna has a range from 144 to 165 megahertz. I do think it came off something maritime at some point, but well, it should be decent enough for what we're doing here. Then I'll take you indoors and I'll show you the setup for the station. The mast is a Spiderbeam 12-meter telescopic one. I'm going to use the bottom 8 meters or something, which is strong enough to hold this in this wind, and hopefully that will go well. I got some of my standard reusable zip ties for this, which I'm going to use to latch this to the top and then see what happens. And this should do more than enough for my use here. I'm using like these bungee cords to latch it to the guide railing here, which is metal, and that's usually more than enough. I've had lots of antennas mounted here before. And then I have a bit of coax, RG58. Not the perfect choice, but I don't have anything better here. This is Messi and Paolini, so it's at least decent quality coax. And I'm just giving a bit of twist on this to keep the coax connected onto the mast slightly. It's not that it's very windy here, but it always seems to help a bit. And I'm very interested to see if I'm going to get this down again, if it freezes or not, because it is cold here. It's minus 7 Celsius last time I checked. So it is a winter day. This is how it's mounted. I have the two bands there, and it goes into the corner of this metal railing, and that is should be decent enough for at least some wind. Welcome into the heat here in the shack. This is the radio I'll be using. It's a Yaesu FT7900. It's a mobile rig. It has a 50 watts output on VHF. And this is the US edition, so it defaults to wideband. I have no idea how it got over here. I bought it at a junk sale 9 years ago or something. One of the first things I bought on a junk sale. So it does work though. You just have to remember to switch over to narrow mode when you're using it here. I'll be powering it with my normal portable battery pack, this 110 watt-hour lithium ferrite polymer pack in a custom 3D printed box, and it has these nice Anderson plugs on the end, and it has a small voltmeter on the end here to show me how much voltage the battery can supply, and it has a fuse inside as well, just to be sure. This radio has a N connector on the end, so I've added an adapter here so I can have the same coax going in. I don't have one that's terminated with N connectors in one end and 259 in the other, so I'll do a horrible thing when it comes to VHF to use these ones, but it works. And that should be it. I'll just hook up everything and give you a different angle. The 7900 doesn't have a proper stand, so I'll use my FD891 as a stand and just do it like that. So that should be it. Turn off the power, plug it in, and that should be it. So this is the power up sequence of the radio. If you haven't seen it before, just turn it on. It shows you the voltage, and then it drops into the last mode you had it in, which is then, in this case, VFO mode. So you can go in here and I can set it like that. There's also a keypad, so I can go here and enter, for example, 14550, which will be one of the frequencies we'll be using today. You then long press band set here, and for my end it will default to menu 47, which is wide and narrow. Short press that, and you can see it actually did remember it was narrow mode. So that's good. And we have a squelch here, manual squelch, volume, and then VFO knob, so you can swirl like that. It does also have some fusion settings, and maybe I should play around with them. I do have one of these hotspots that we set up over at the European Ham Radio Show a few weeks back. Could be fun to try some of the YSF stuff on that, although I do not think that this would be happy with the 50 watts blasted into it, or I think it delivers 35 watts on UHF. I may be wrong on that. So now it's just time to wait here and see what happens when the bell rings. So that's an utter failure here from the cabin. I tried reaching LB0FI, which is the one that was most likely I could hear before the ring. And he can't hear me, I can't hear him. And he has a strong station, so that's probably due to the location here. I have heard a few where, like, you can hear that there's modulation there, but I cannot make it out, which is really sad. Also, I tried opening a repeater from here, and, well, I'm barely getting that open as well. It is not common that I manage to open repeaters from here. It happens sometimes during tropical conditions in summer that I can do it easily, but not now at least. I decided I had to get another go of this, so I got some snow chains on the car, and I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's about 10 centimeters of 10-15 centimeters of quite wet snow up here, and I'm on as close as I can get to a hill that I can drive to here at least. So I'm gonna see what I can do with that. And if you have a car like this, a big one, then having something like this to just get the snow off the roof is really important. If I had been driving on a road, I would have done this already. Right now I don't care because there's no people here and I'm in the middle of a forest. But I need to get some of the snow away for the magfoot, otherwise it won't attach. This antenna is another oldie but goodie. It's a diamond magfoot thing, and I don't remember the model number. Had this for close to a decade as well. I bought this right after I got this radio. So this will be another very temporary mounting. I don't have a radio mounted in my car normally, nor do I want to, nor can I, because I can't have an antenna, and I really don't want to mess around with it. So I just mount it a few times a year I use it. Same radio, I got this different connector here, which goes over from the end connector, and then you just screw this in directly here. Very, very advanced stuff, and it's not an end connector. I think somebody will be very sad for that. Let's see if there's any hope up here. Doesn't sound like it. Actually, it does sound just as dead here as it did down in the valley. There is trees behind me and there's hills and so on, but I'm significantly higher up than I was earlier. Lima Bravo 0 Foxtrot India. Lima Bravo 0 Foxtrot India. Hører du Lima Bravo 4 Foxtrot Hotel? Nope. There's nothing, and there's not even a trace of modulation here. So there should be 3 within rough range of where I'm here now, and I'm just scanning through the frequencies on those. They are on 450, 525 and 550, and I can't hear anything on any of them. And this is, of course, with the squelch turned all the way down, so yeah, there's nothing. Can't even hear the traces of modulation I heard earlier, and this is a much better location than what it was. So I think I'll just summarize these 2 attempts as pretty much failures. It's part of the hobby. Sometimes you don't succeed, and this time I can't hear anybody, even with 2 decent antennas. Locations are not good, and also I'm quite far from these locations, so that could be it. Atmospherics could, of course, mix in. It's midwinter here, so there's certainly no tropical conditions. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for watching, and hope you'll have fun on 145 sometimes. 7-3.